Wet plate process, also known as collodion process, is the main photographic technique in the 19th century that used glass or metal as the plate. Over 100 years later, some photographers are still interested in the method. Di Jinjun is the first practitioner who used wet plate in China and has won a lot of awards both in China and abroad. He started to study this method in 2008.
Film and digital photography are all industrialized process. You know what result you can get. But for wet plate process, each step you take will all have impact on the image. So every image you get is different from others. This kind of uncertainty is what attracts me.
Unlike modern photography, there are many preparations need to be done before clicking on the shutter. So what we need to do now is to spread the solvent across this piece of glass. Clean the glass. The solvent is mostly made up of collodion. In here is silver nitrate. And now we have to wait for 4 minutes before it's ready for the camera. Apparently, my skill is far from creating a good picture, so let's leave the rest process to professional. Dee said this camera is the largest of this kind in China. The time of exposure lasts for 6 seconds. There's even a special shelf to help people stay still. Next step takes place in the darkroom. The plate needs to be soaked in developing solution for several minutes until the silhouette appears. It then goes in for a fixing base, where we can witness a miraculous change from negative image to positive. So glad to have a very special photo of myself. The whole process from coding to developing needs to be done before the plate dries, so this gives the photographer no more than 15 minutes to complete all the process. The last step is polishing, where the photographer spreads polish agent on the film and put it on a heating pad to accelerate the process. Voila, a piece done by wet plate process. The method is rather complicated, especially for use in the field, as a portable darkroom is needed. But despite the disadvantages, it was used by Dee for many works, including portraits, landscape work, and art photography. Di Jinjun has opened his own collodion process workshop and is holding classes every month.
There are many people who don't know about the early techniques in photography. I want to do something on popularizing this method, so I'm holding some open classes and workshop activities to let more people learn more about other possibilities in photography.
I first learned about this technique on a magazine. There were pictures from a wet plate photography exhibition. The portraits felt very different from today's photos. There's a special feeling in it. That's when I fell in love with this method.
Even though confined to strict timing, limited space, and complicating techniques, the process is seen by art lovers as a touch nearer to the essence of photography. Dee is also working with universities to bring the technique to classes. He believes this can help students better understand the connotation of photography. Ding Siye, CGTN, Beijing.